Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Awful Good. I'm your adorable DM, Lynn Andrews, and tonight, playing with us is Mary Russell.
Hello! Hey, I'm Mary Russell. I'm playing Laura, who is...
Sorry,
the puppet took a drink. I'm playing Laura, and she is a half-elf druid.
And for our audio listeners here, we're all dressed up in costumes because when we're recording this, it's going to be Halloween next week. So, Mary, what are you dressed as?
I'm a troll.
Her hair is like 2 feet tall right now. Apparently, she strapped a water bottle or her hair around a water bottle.
I thought you were a Who from where the Grinch stole Christmas.
No, I got smart kids. It's a troll.
And after that, we have Brian Russell.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I'm playing Beck Skullcrush. Tonight, I'm literally playing Beck Skullcrush as a sock puppet.
So, again, for our audio, it's literally a sock puppet, and it has a beard, and it's wonderful, and you should look up the video on YouTube. Next, we have Jackson Farrell.
I'm Jackson, and I am playing Curtis, a human, former slave, and former gladiator.
Excellent, thank you. Jackson is going as a spectator. And next up, we have Dave.
Hey guys, I'm Dave. I'll be playing Jal, a tiefling ranger.
Dave is also dressed up like a spectator. It's amazing.
I thought I was going for sports commentator. Back to you, Lynn.
Oh. And last but not least, we have Rob, who I'm going to let him explain his costume.
Hello, I'm Rob. I play York, a half-elf bard, an incomparable half-elf bard, who's the best. And I am dressed as Dr. Amp from Twin Peaks, but also I'm wearing an extremely uncomfortable F Society mask.
What was that? I couldn't quite make out after
Agreed!
And I am dressed like our shark goddess from Awful Good, Tanada, so I'm wearing a full-on shark costume. And yeah, unfortunately, I do not have any sandwiches to give out, which means I only have violence to give these fools.
Oh, no!
Oh wait, violence! Yay!
Violence for the win! Woo!
That means XP! Okay. Last where we left off.
Oh, wait. On you podcast listeners, you can see our splendid costumes at our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What is it, Awful Good Crew?
No, I wish. Yeah, you can find us by searching Awful Good Crew, or go to our website, awfulgoodcrew.com, and you can find our social medias.
And we also have a Discord channel and all that jazz.
And all that jazz.
Check it out. So anyway, on this very spooky night. No, not really. Anyway, so they finally went to the mine, you all. They finally went to Wave Echo Cave, mine, dungeon, whatever you want to call it. They're there with Lem and Martha, and they battled various undead creatures and weird bat mosquito things and other things, and finally got to the point where they decided, you know what, we need a short rest. They have locked themselves in a secure storeroom to give themselves a little breather before heading back out. And that's where we start off.
It was a nice hour-long rest we had.
Martha kind of looks at all of you and she goes, we don't know what else is in this room or cave, but if we need to, I think this should be our meeting point no matter what happens. I think we can secure ourselves in here, and I know we're under time crunch to try to find Gundren's other brother and who else is involved in this mess, but you know, we also need to take care of ourselves. No, none of you are good to me dead. None of you are good to each other dead.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth.
She gives you a wink. So, if all else fails, if things get worse, let's plan to meet back up here.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm in.
So what's next? Are you guys continuing to the right? Or are you guys going to actually do something different this time?
Laura, what do your druid senses say about that room?
Let me think. I think we should definitely go check it out.
Well, you heard the druid, everyone.
Let's check it out, y'all.
On va!
So we go to the room.
So you guys go up the hallway. It's still, a little dark, rusty, whatever. You come to a point where you can see ahead. You can see there's a door that leads to the room that you've already been, the old barracks room. There's another area to your left. If you go straight, you see that it starts to turn to the left as well.
I think we should take that first left.
I mean, it's against our right-handed policy, but it might be better in this particular case.
So, you guys take that first left and you continue on. You only make it about 10 feet or so. And you can see that the hallway continues on where there's a way to go to your right. There's a way to go, further to your left. You got a couple options for places to go.
Are these doors, or they look like they're like hallways this way?
These are all hallways.
Oh.
The only door that you see is the one when you guys were first coming in, and that led back to the barracks room that you guys had already been in.
Yeah, the stuff to our left leads south. Check that out first. Clear it out.
Yep.
Yeah, let's take that first left.
I concur.
Okay. It is a dead end. The wall that had been standing there, and maybe it was a hallway at one time, has crumbled in. There's rocks everywhere.
Belgian bummer. All right. Double back.
Wait, should we check to see if there's anything in there, or is it worthless?
I'd like to look under the rubble just to see if there's anything that we can
Okay,
see.
roll a perception check.
Using my finely tuned elfin senses, I roll a 6.
I rolled a 20.
We're rolling through the rocks
Unnatural.
again. 15 for me.
That's some old rubble.
Okay.
All right, so we go back out and let's check the next one down.
So you guys come in, come around, and you see that, there probably was a hallway at some point where that area had kind of collapsed in. But you do see that the hallway does continue to your right. What
Do you
is
guys want
everyone's...
to check the rubble on the other end? Maybe that's the side that the gold chest got buried in.
Hey,
What's everyone's passive perception?
not like your sass.
10.
10.
10.
Also 10.
You'll never guess.
10.
It's 10.
Everyone's got 10. What are you guys doing? Are you guys gonna keep going down that hallway?
I continue walking as soon as I make my remark. I don't even break stride to look at the rubble.
Okay.
I'll follow him.
That way.
So it continues down. You can see that it kind of goes to the left and it kind of goes to the right. There's actually 2 right-hand turns that you guys can take.
Okay, this looks like there might be a hint of rock slide here. Go north from here.
Oh look, it's another rock slide.
Okay, great.
You start to get the feeling that you gotta be careful when you're going around here because stuff is old and decrepit and there's a lot of rubble. Most of it looks old, but
Hey.
I need all of you guys to roll perception, please.
Oh, wow. I got a nat 20, but because I have a -1 modifier, it's a 19.
Nice, I got a 9.
14.
13.
So is that still a crit? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I treat it still as a crit.
Okay.
Okay, 11.
11.
Okay, so you guys are sorting out the rubble in this like kind of dead end area, and you both kind of like hear like it sounds like rocks kind of tumbling, but like it wasn't out of the norm for what you're hearing in this cave. Jal, you turn around and you see before you a gelatinous cube.
Did somebody order the slime creatures from outer space?
It is moving slowly. It had started coming around the corner.
I would like to poke it with my quarterstaff. And I got a 12.
Okay, that hits roll damage.
I got a 4.
So you take it and you do 4 points of damage to it. Next up is actually the jelly, and since you're next to it, it's going to attack you.
Yay!
Kind of launches at you, and you definitely stepped out of the way. Next up is York.
York calls out to the thing as he sees it, and he says, Jelly wandering the halls? What's next, a pat of butter? If you missed your toast, where's the rest of the breakfast? What is this? And that vicious mockery causes it to need to make a wisdom saving throw.
That would be a 5.
That's not going to do it. You will now take 1d4 psychic damage. Alright, that's 3 psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack.
While it does not respond verbally, you see it shudder. Next up is Curtis.
I'm going to say to the others, I'm going to point down the hallway, let's ditch this thing. It's no threat, we can outrun it.
But then we always have something behind us.
So we just kill it so it doesn't surprise us.
Yeah, better safe than...
So be it. I re-engage my advance and charge at the jelly and slash downward at it. 23.
Okay, the attacks, roll damage.
Cut him up. 8.
Okay, so you do slashing damage, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem to take to it at all, except for it splits into 2.
Ah, crap, should have
And
seen this
now
coming.
you have 2 of them.
Can I rotate my sword grip 90 degrees so I'm smacking with the flat?
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Well, I was just curious if they both have disadvantage on their next attack.
I mean, they're going to be of two minds about every attack from now on.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say with the weapons that you guys are switching from slashing to bludgeoning that you need to subtract 2 when you do an attack roll, because you are handling the weapon differently than you normally would.
Seems fair.
Fair enough.
Beck?
Beck would like to smash with Maul. 20 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
That'd be 11 damage.
So you smash it, and it's oh man, it's a huge mess, but it's still got a little bit of life hanging on to it, and the other one is still going strong. Next up is Martha, and also do the same thing, turning her weapon, and small jelly totally goes splat and disappears. You have 1 left. That leaves us with Jal.
So I happen to have a staff. So 19 plus 3 is 22. That's 9 damage.
You smash it, taking out a pretty good chunk out of it. Back to the top of the order is Laura.
I would like to turn this jelly into toast. So I'm going to produce flame and fire it up. I get a 24.
That totally hit.
4 damage.
It is slightly melted and singed in various areas.
Who's got bread? Who's got bread?
It's still going, but it's looking rough. Next up is the jelly's turn. Who is gonna attack the person that just last hit it? That's a 17 versus AC. That's 9 points of damage.
Ugh.
York.
Not as soft as it looks. Well, much as I hate to spam, York is just going to continue throwing mockeries. You call that attack? You're just splattering things everywhere. It's just gross. I've seen peaceful protesters do more damage. Come on. Let's just go.
Oh god. That's an 8.
Nope. And
Okay.
it takes 4 damage.
The jelly shudders again at your words. It's looking quite hurt. Next up is Curtis.
I grin. Sticks and stones may break your You don't have bones. Smack it with my longsword. 12.
Okay. That's -2 though, correct? Because
So
it's your
10.
longsword. 10.
Yeah.
It still just hits. So roll damage.
14.
You splat that thing to eternity.
Yay!
Yay.
Everyone okay?
I'm not feeling so great, guys.
I glare at Beck. Yeah, let's fight it. It'll go down fast.
Hey, I didn't cut it into 2.
Some of it got on me.
Yeah,
Do we,
I'll cop to that.
I was just going to say, if you really need it, I do have a potion of healing. So
Martha speaks up. Perhaps we should go back to the room and take a long rest, or do we want to try to continue on? Laura, how you feeling?
I'm feeling like a little half as good as usual.
I'm kind of concerned about whether we should be using our potions yet or not, but
Time is of the essence. Laura, if you're really feeling down, I pull a potion out of my backpack and gesture to it. But I'd advise we keep pressing forward.
I think I'll be okay if we keep pressing forward and just watch our luck with attacking. I'll hang a little bit farther back. Who wants to lead us forward?
I will. Lincoln.
All right.
Okay.
I hand Laura the potion.
I look at the potion, and because she really wants to be strong. She really wants to not need to take this.
mhm.
But she pops open the top and she swings it back for 6.
Martha gives you a pat on the shoulder. She goes, "It's probably for the best."
No shame.
You Laura, you feel some strength return to you as you regain 2 more hit points.
Thank you.
So you guys continue down that hallway. You see that the path continues on straight ahead. There's also a path to your right. There's as you guys go through, you can kind of see another hallway that ends. Maybe this was another entrance at some time. There's another hallway to your left, further up ahead. The hallway also continues going up north. Or there's the hallway to your right.
I'll walk to that intersection with the right-hand hallway and look down it.
So you see it continues. It goes to your left and to your right.
Well, perhaps does anyone have any special abilities or perhaps companions?
Well, we have Mary's Wolf, and I have a high sneak ability plus a potion of invisibility if we really need to go that far.
Yeah, let's send Luna down one of these hallways, see if she can sniff anything out.
She is able to find that this actually just loops around.
All right, I say we send Jal up to the north and let Luna sniff around and come back to us if she finds anything. Same for
Sounds good.
Jal.
Alrighty.
I say that's okay.
Jal, you continue upward. You find it goes to your right, and then there's a dead end ahead of you.
Beck will go up here. Yeah, probably just a little bit. I wouldn't go too far.
Okay, you see that it starts the cave starts to widen and seems to open up into something.
Okay.
The sound of water hits your ears as it echoes in the hallway.
Okay. I would probably come back as soon as I realized it was not a dead end.
Luna goes around. She doesn't really find much of interest, though she does tug you all to see that there is a stairwell that seems to lead to that large cavernous area, but she does not go in it.
Man, what were the dwarves thinking when they designed this place? This is just a terrible use of space.
Luna, as she gets to the entry of that, she starts to get down and kind of growl.
Okay, I turn myself into a direwolf, and I join Luna in her attackish pose.
And Luna looks over to you, Laura, and says to you, because you can understand her, she goes, "There's something foul ahead. I don't like the smell of it, and it smells dangerous."
It's okay. We've got this. We're together. We're gonna figure this out. And I enter the room.
Okay.
What's she doing?
Just before she does that, is it okay if York is going to go ahead and strum a single note on his lute, which sends a bardic inspiration point Laura's way.
Okay, roll stealth.
7.
Do you want to add a d6 to it?
But I would love to add a d6 of
go for it.
bardic inspiration to that. I get a 2.
Laura's still kind of getting used to this form and, like, trying to get a hang of it.
Hey, I get a +4 to stealth as a direwolf.
Okay.
Nice!
So that would be a 9 + 4, so 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's much improved.
You can smell a foul stench actually coming from the area where you're in. Your wolf senses notice several figures flickering along the northern wall.
I'm whispering to the others, what the hell is she doing? She's the one injured. What?
I feel like seeing her go in, Beck probably would have stealthed in behind her as best as he could.
Yeah, I'm following the right-hand wall behind Beck, stopping at the entrance to peer around to the right.
You guys can see the figures too starting to move and groaning coming from them. They have not seen you all yet.
I make like a zombie motion in my wolf form.
So you stand up on your hind legs and go...
Yes.
Amazing.
I want you to roll stealth with disadvantage, please. Because everyone is hidden right now and you're the only one making noise.
Listen. So 17 and 23.
So somehow, despite Laura making all these things, the figures have still not noticed you and are still lurking in the shadows.
It's the best.
I'm trying to beckon everyone back to the entrance of the room, just trying to get them back without saying anything.
So, you guys, Curtis is gesturing at you. Who... Does anyone make their way back?
Yeah, sure. Why not? We'd only gone, we hadn't gone off the whole room. What do you need?
I don't like the sound of that. They seem to be sticking to the shadows, and they haven't noticed us. Let's forego this room for the moment. You said you found another passageway?
Yeah. Yeah, we actually found 2 passageways that don't lead into this room.
Let's investigate Beck's tunnel.
Let's investigate the tunnel, and then we'll come back, and because there's a good chance there's more creatures in this room.
Agreed.
I disagree, but concede to consensus.
So you guys continue on. You can see in front of you a still pool fills much of this cavern. The water is dark, revealing little of what might lie within. The shore of the pool consists of a thin layer of broken shells from strange pale mussels, and a fishy odor hangs in the air. A passage leads from where you guys are at right now in the south. And on the east is a set of steps that climbs upward. A sluggish steam flows out of the cave to the northeast.
I'd like to check the water to see if we can see anything in there.
Yeah.
How about perception? Perception.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a nat 20, 22.
You estimate that the pool is about 20 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. It's really hard to tell. There's a stream. There's what it looks like it's a stream that continues on onward to the north there. That looks a lot more shallow, probably about 2 to 3 feet. Nothing about the water seems nothing seems bad about it. It seems like actually normal water. You could probably swim in it if you wanted to.
Just it seems very out of character. Just be like, well, I'm gonna splash around. Do I see anything shiny that would cause me reason to jump into a pool like this? Is there some watery tart handing out swords?
Excellent.
There is no watery tart.
It sounds like a good basis for government, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Take one end of a rope. Why don't you, Beck?
I'll then take one end of a rope, and I see something in here, so I'm gonna try it.
Okay, make an athletics roll.
Can do. I got a 20, non-natural.
Awesome. So you kind of dive in. You've got the water before you. About 10 feet from the shore and about 10 feet under, you start to see the glint that you saw. There appears to be a skeleton. It's got several arrows sticking out from it in the rib cage. And the glint that you were seeing is you see that the skeleton has some rings on it and something in its bony fingers.
I want all of it. I want the ring.
Okay.
I'll just take the whole skeleton.
You're just gonna grab the whole skeleton and bring it up?
It doesn't seem like I wouldn't.
So you guys see the rope kind of move a little bit, and then you start seeing bubbles rising, and Beck emerges from the water
Hey! Look what I got!
carrying a skeleton with tons of arrows sticking out of its ribcage.
Jol, you need some arrows?
Beck, you look at the skeleton more, and it has 2 platinum rings
Yoink.
and clutches a wand of magic missiles in its bony fingers.
Ooh.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and read the stats for it, and you guys can decide who takes it.
Deal.
It has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 or more of its charges to cast the magic missile spell from it. For 1 charge, you cast the first level version of the spell. You can increase the spell slot level by 1 for each additional charge you expend. The wand regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the wand's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the wand crumbles into ashes and it is destroyed.
York is the closest thing we have to a magic user.
That was the thing I was going to say, except I also probably going to want to spend most of my turns doing buffs and debuffs.
All right. Well, I'm not really. Listen, I'm gonna hit things with my maul. Does anyone want a sweet wand?
I think Jol may be our best bet.
I turn back into Laura and be like, nope, yoink, and I turn back into no, Jaw can have it.
Okay. So Jal, you now have a wand of magic missile.
Oh, man.
Awesome. And Beck, the rings that you found, there were 2 platinum rings. Those are each worth 75 gold pieces.
Baller. I'm gonna put them on for right now.
So you got the crown and the rings.
Yep.
Bling.
Okay, so you guys see that there's stairs that lead to the east to your guys' right. Or there is a stream. The stream seems to continue onward as well. But it doesn't quite look like something you guys could wedge too much through, but it is something to take note of.
Well, I think since Beck is already wet, maybe I can like stealth a little bit into the stream, or maybe I can't stealth because I'm splashing in a pool of water, but just to check it out to get a good look.
Keep a hold of the rope.
I turn into a frog
Oh,
Okay.
and I join him on this.
So, Beck, all of a sudden this frog jumps on your shoulder.
oh God. Laura, we have got to talk about this. This is very strange. But anyways, so we press on just a little bit.
Okay. I also need you to roll a stealth check, Beck.
That makes sense. I got a nat 20. So I'll just
Awesome.
keep going. Let's just see where it goes.
Okay, so you follow this stream until you see that it opens up into a space. I'm
Mhm.
assuming you're not going into the space, you're just going to the edge of the space.
Yeah, if we can just see what's like kind of if there's any bad guys or whatnot.
A wide rift fills the eastern half of this cavern, then tumbles down into the rift and flows out again to the north. Several ropes are secured to iron stakes along the western edge of the rift, leading down to the chasm floor. You can hear some noise coming from the rift, so the cavern area where the stream tumbles down. You're hearing a goblin. The voices are very gruff, and you also hear another voice that is speaking in the same language that is not gruff. You cannot see them from here, but you can hear these voices that seem to be coming down from that rip.
Okay. I would say, Laura, did you hear that?
I shake my little froggy head. Yes.
Okay, let's go back and tell the others.
You guys make your way back.
I ask him, what'd you find?
Okay, so there's a cavern and a chasm, and there's definitely the sound of quite a few goblins, or somebody speaking goblinish. I think it's goblin.
Mhm.
And then
Good, we need some recruits.
I know, right? And then there's somebody else who's speaking the same language, but they sound a little bit different. But there's like a waterfall and everything, so it was really hard. We didn't want to make the same mistake twice, and so we decided to come back and let you guys know.
I look at the stairs upward. Do you think those will lead in that direction? Seems like they might.
I imagine they probably would.
If we run into these goblins, what's our game plan? Because as Jal points out, we might be able to persuade them to at least leave us alone without any problems with violent confrontation.
I'm sure I could give them a few autographs or something.
I was about to say York could put on a concert for him. I mean, it's no problem.
I like it.
I mean, I would say that we give them the option, and then what can you do if they don't take it, right? I mean, vacation packages and all.
If they charge us, we know what to do.
And their miserable lives.
To the stairs.
Sounds good?
To the right.
I jump off of Beck's shoulder and turn back into the dire wolf.
Cool.
Some Animorph stuff right there. Nice.
I know. I wish I could see it. That would be really cool. Get some fan art going.
York elbows Lem with all this talk of these goblins. Perhaps you and I should take points, just in case we need to do the talking.
Well, I suppose that wouldn't be the worst idea. York and Lem head up the stairs first. You see before you a hallway that has a door. To your right, there's a hallway that ends in a dead end with rubble, and to your left, there is another hallway that has stairs leading upward. You also hear some noise coming from the closed door, but you can't quite make it out. Perhaps if you got closer, you could.
I'll take a listen at the door.
So, you listen to it, and you can hear, some laughing, some joking. It's in Goblin. It's gruff.
What are they talking about?
They're just shooting the crap, like, oh, did you see when I took that head off that zombie? That was pretty sweet. And another one goes, yeah, but I'm tired of being in here, but at the same time, we gotta fulfill our contracts here. And then, you hear them kind of scuffle about. You take it from the voices that these are probably not goblins.
I turn back to the others. Couple of goblinoid troopers or patrolmen or something. I'm guessing bugbear or hobgoblin.
Well, what do you say, folks? Do we take them?
Did they did they mention anything we can give a pitch on?
I scratch my head. If they're familiar at all with Grohl, the King Beck routine might be effective in some fashion. Even if they're not affiliated with him, perhaps the fact that we have deposed a well-known goblin king would carry some clout with them.
Do we still have that head?
You bet I do. I never leave home without it.
It's a little soggy now.
Getting a little gross.
Let's start it off gross.
Yeah, the thing is smelling really bad, by the way.
It smelled really bad when it was attached to him. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but it's worse.
Yeah, I think, let's give it a shot. I think York, though, I'm pretty sure you are probably going to be the salesman.
Well, shall we knock?
Yes.
Do we?
Okay.
So wait, you guys are knocking on the door?
You bet.
Okay, Lem, come on up. King Beck, you got your hat on, right? You got your.
Never take this thing off.
Lem looks up at you, York, and she goes, and then looks at the rest of you. I hope you're ready that we're probably going to have to fight, right? Like, this is idiotic.
It's brilliant. It works every time.
Don't ruin this for us.
So, York, you're knocking on the door? Is that what's going on here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you knock on the door.
Beck tries to stand up tall, like looking regal.
Jal has a kazoo at the ready.
Anyone who speaks Goblin, which again, we're gonna just go into automatic translation unless someone says otherwise. What the? Who's there?
I should have swiped the kazoo.
It is I, York, the famous and immaculate York, who once was the savior of goblins and an entire goblin tribe and little goblin children, and the new king of Cragmaw Castle, the defeater of King Grohl, King Beck. Who do we have to play cards with to get a drink around here?
Roll a charisma
Good
roll.
save. Good save.
21.
Hey!
Nice.
You see the door crack open and a bugbear. What the hell?
You haven't heard my latest single, have you? It's fantastic. Just a sec. Here, this is how it starts. It goes. Just start playing right there.
You're just playing music.
Yes,
That's it.
I am.
Okay.
It's my latest single. Come on, guys.
Roll
Come on.
a performance check.
You clap along, clap along, and it's a sing along. 1 sec, you'll get the words in the second verse. 22 performance.
The bugbear opens the door more, and you see behind him, 3 other bugbears with their weapons ready.
And that's why bugbears are so great. The best. We love bugbears. That's the song.
I'm holding Grohl's head.
They're just all looking like, what the... And the one that's at the door turns around and goes... It's just turning back and forth between the two of like, do we hit them?
Come on, second verse. Come on, sing it with me. Bugbears are so great. Bugbears are the best. Bugbears like to eat grapes. 'Cause bugbears get no rest. Yeah!
You see 2 in the background like kind of like take their hands off and like start kind of clapping a little bit. The one in the front though is like kind of starting to pull out his weapon a little bit like, what are you doing here?
Well, I told you we're trying to get a drink. It's been a long journey from Cragmaw Castle. King Beck has quite a tale to tell. We have songs to sing.
King Beck.
Yes,
there
King
no
Grohl is
King
dead.
Beck. There's King Grohl. King Grohl's dead?
Shake, shake,
I,
shake.
at this point, I'm going to point to the head and I'll say, "Shit, yeah, he's dead."
There's just maggots like flying off of it as I shake
Yeah, I
it.
was
It's
just
like,
gonna say,
"Ah."
you're shaking King Grohl's head, and like bits of it are falling. And York, a bit of it flicks onto your shoulder.
In some of the best acting of his life, he only cringes very slightly.
Who defeated King Grohl?
The King Beck, the rightful ruler of Cragmaw Castle. We have drawn together the forces of Cragmaw Castle for a new and glorious reign.
Well, unfortunately for King Beck, I no longer work for King Grohl.
That's fine, we just want a drink.
We have no drinks. He pulls out his weapon.
Our last thing should be asking anybody who wants to join us, and they would
Okay,
get a
I'm going to
vacation
start. I'm going to start
packages.
translating. I'm going to say, in fact, we, and I explained the situation with King Beck's new operation at the castle, and I'm going to. I'm going to make them whatever offer Beck is willing to offer for employment. Whatever I can do to entice them with,
Beck,
whatever
are you
Beck
giving him anything for?
Yeah, no, I would say something along the lines of like, I understand that this gentleman here in the front is not on board, but if you guys have ever wanted vacation packages, you are on the right track. Follow us and help us to clear out this section, and you'll have a room in Crackbot Castle, a job that will go into the future, and potentially vacation packages after a 90-day employment period.
Okay,
2 weeks.
I'm gonna let you, because you guys have a whole party here. You've got music. You've got 2 of them amenable to you. Jackson, I'm going to let you roll with persuasion with advantage. That will affect the 2 in the back. Your first roll will affect the 1 in the front.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I got a 6 on the front guy and a 7 on the back ones.
The 1 in front draws his weapon, and the other 2 kind of seem to snap out of it and go, "We don't want vacation. We want to kill in the glory of battle." Ah! And they go
Then
after
kill
you
the
guys.
2 people in front of
Roll
you.
initiative.
All right, fine.
We tried. I rolled a natural 20.
I got 18.
I got a 13.
12.
Laura had an 18.
Well, you didn't like my hit single, so I'll just show you a little something else I've been cooking up. And I'm going to burn a level 2 spell slot. And
Okay.
yes, I'm actually casting the correct spell this time. Bane. Up to 3 creatures of my choice, except it's a higher level spell slot, so that's actually 4 creatures of my choice.
Okay.
That's those 4 in front of us. They have to make a charisma saving throws with a DC of 14.
Okay, first one rolled a 4, second one rolled a 9, third one rolled a 10, and the last one rolled an 11.
Ooh, okay, that means all 4 of them, for the next minute, must roll a d4 and subtract that from all of their attack rolls or saving throws.
Awesome. Next up is Beck.
I'm going to smash the one right in the front. Hiya! I rolled a 23.
That hits. Roll damage.
An 8.
You go to smack him, you give him a good thrashing, and he cries out in pain as you smack him. Laura, you got
Okay.
one that's kind of blocking the doorway right now.
Okay, so I have advantage if one of my allies is within 5 feet of the creature.
Cool. And you're still the dire wolf, correct?
I am.
Okay.
So I'm gonna bite this schmo right in his neck.
Nice.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna go for.
Yeah, you hit. Roll damage.
9.
So, it is not knocked prone. But you do take a good chunk out of it.
And I spit what I bit off of him, like right at his feet.
Cool. It's a pretty gnarly chunk out of its arm.
Nice.
Next up is Martha. Unfortunately, just there's too many people in front of her, and she's just not able to kind of get in there and hit. Next up is Curtis.
Okay. I'm going to step in and slash downward, attempting to close the distance as I step in. If this passes, I'm going to step in a second time and attempt to bite him on the shoulder, near the neck. This is a menacing attack. Got a 14?
Okay, unfortunately that doesn't hit. Next up is Jal. Jal, if you aim correctly, you could probably get a shot on.
I think that's the goal. Bow attack. 13.
Unfortunately you missed. There's just so many people in this hallway. It goes and it splinters across the wall.
I duck.
That brings us
Incoming.
up to Lem. Unfortunately, there's too many people and she's just unable to hit. That brings us to this Bugbear's turn, who is going to take a swing at Beck.
Bring it.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't hit. It misses. Its arm is in too much pain.
Ha! I mock it.
I translate the mockery.
They swear right back at you. One of them can reach in and do an attack. It's gonna aim for Curtis. So it misses you. The other one can't even get through, and they all yell out.
Does it whiff or does it hit my shield?
It hits your shield.
Okay.
So,
I brace against the impact.
okay, that brings us back to the top of the order. York, you're kind of now in the fray.
So York is now just in really close proximity to one of these bugbears, right?
Yeah.
Just
How long does that Bane last? Is it just for...
It lasts up to 1 minute,
and it's concentration.
It is concentration. Vicious Mockery is not concentration, however.
That is totally fine.
I'm keeping track of the rounds. We are now plus 6 seconds.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to just wrinkle my nose at the one closest to me. When is the last time you washed those pants? And when did you get them in the first place? And so that's a Vicious Mockery. They got to make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 14, and they got to subtract D4. Stacking debuffs.
So it rolled a 12.
That does not do it.
Okay.
So they're going to now take 1d4 psychic damage, and they've got disadvantage on their next attack.
Okay. The one in front of you that's blocking the doorway is looking super rough. He's got chunks taken out of him. He's been insulted. Yeah. He's starting to regret his choices, his life choices. That brings us to Beck.
Well, if you can convince your friends behind you to change their mind, I won't crush you right now.
Make a persuasion check. Roll.
Don't mind if I do. 15?
He turns around and he goes, maybe we shouldn't. They're not quite buying it, but he goes, I'm willing to do what I can.
All right, man. Stab one of your friends, and we'll be in.
Okay, it's not his turn. So.
All right.
What are you doing? Anything else with your?
Well, my turn was gonna be to hit him.
I mean, you still can. He's got.
Listen, I said convince your friends or else. So I hate to be that guy, but sorry.
Beck, he's on our side now.
Well, he's still gonna be on our side because I only rolled a 7.
So Beck pulls up his thing to go the move, and the guy starts turning around, and Beck just kind of behind him
You do it. You stab one of your friends, and we'll be on the same team, buddy.
Next up is Laura. Laura, you would be able to attack the one next to him if you wanted to, or you can attack the same guy. It's up to you.
No.
I'm not gonna tell you guys how to live your lives.
So we're all kind of are we within 5 feet of each other?
Yeah, it's a really huge mess.
Aw, yeah. So I'm gonna roll with advantage.
Okay.
Nice.
Attack.
Cool. Who are you? Are you attacking the second one or the one that's looking really rough?
No, I'll do the second one to give the rough guy a chance.
Okay, that just hits. Roll damage.
9.
So 9 points of damage. So he cries out in pain as you go on to bite. Unfortunately, it's not grappled, but you rip out another chunk of bugbear flesh.
And I spit it on the one that's not doing well. I go back and I spit it back at him again.
Watch the fabric.
A little bit of the blood splashes onto York.
This time he does not conceal his emotion.
Next up is Martha. Martha goes, so wait, we're not killing this one?
Right.
He said he's gonna stab his friend, so.
So Martha tries to go after the second one. She's able to kind of push her way through, and she does 5 slashing damage. Next up is Curtis.
Okay. Let's see. Am I able to get past the roughed up one in the front into the room to hit the others?
You got, like, 2 of them are kind of blocking the door now. So you've got one that's, like, rough that's now decided that it's going to help you kind of maybe, and the one that you're still in battle with.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I've got another target then. So I'm going to throw another menacing attack. I'm just going to slash downward over and over at its head, hoping to make contact. Got a 13. I don't believe that'll hit.
Unfortunately, yeah, that does not hit.
So I'm using my inspiration to reroll.
Okay.
A 9 is probably not going to hit either.
That also does not hit. I'm sorry.
Try.
It's just there's so many people. Next up is Jal.
We will try to shoot again. Hopefully we're not too engaged. 15?
Unfortunately, you just barely miss again. It whizzes past and smashes into the wall. That brings us to Lem. Unfortunately misses again. That brings us to the Bugbears. The first one now is going to make an attack against the friend next to it. A 12, unfortunately, including that it's disadvantage on its attack, it misses its person. Just not feeling so great. The second one now is actually going to attack the first one. Traitor! So, it also misses its attack. Seeing that now there's now some infighting, the other 2 are going to attack the first one. That's not gonna hit. And the fourth one goes in.
You just like close the door really
That-
quietly.
So they now start wailing on each other, but they're all missing. Slightly distracted by whatever's going on. A flurry of Morningstar attacks go all over the place, but none seem to hit except for maybe the walls. There's confusion now as to what is even going on. That brings us back to the top of order with York.
Can I just sit here and like have a snack or something? Like...
My goodness, you couldn't hit the broadside of a bugbear, could you? Clearly you can't. None of you can. What kind of operation have we walked into here? And once again, my vicious mockery will cause them to need to take a wisdom saving throw with a DC of 14.
That's an 11.
That does not do. They take 2 psychic damage and have disadvantage on their next attack.
That brings us to Beck.
Number 1, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, we got your back, but what's your name again?"
Oh, you're actually asking him?
Oh yeah, no, I totally want to know his name.
Gregor.
Gregor. Excellent. Great name. Great name. All right, Gregor, we got you. Hang on just a second. And I attack the second guy for a nat 20.
That's awesome. Roll damage.
And I realized, too, that on my nat 20s, I also get to roll an extra d6, so 15.
So, you go, "No worry, dude, we got you!" And you go and smash the other bugbear across the face and slam him up against the wall, and he slumps to the ground dead.
Don't even trip, dog.
You and me, Gregor. Hey, the rest of you guys, you can turn sides, too, if you want. We have healing potions.
Free burgers.
Is anyone actually translating Beck's
Yeah,
thing?
I'll translate that.
Okay, roll persuasion again.
Nat 20 for a total
Oh,
of 20.
jeez.
The other 2, like, stop in their tracks. Heavily.
Recruiting campaign complete.
They stop in their tracks and they go, "Well, there's been, you got one of us." And the other one goes and stoops next to Gregor and goes, Is this what you think is the best for us? I mean, we're getting paid pretty well by the other guys. And Gregor goes, "Yeah, I think this might be the best course of action for us." Like coughs up a little blood. I mean, I don't want to speak for all of us, but they're pretty strong, and I kind of don't want to die right now.
I smile and sheath my sword. Gregor's right, you guys. We can definitely pay you a good wage. We've got good benefits, and money ain't any good to you dead.
And they both look at each other, and they look at Gregor, and they kind of give him a hand up, and he stands up, and they all, kind of holster their weapons, and they go. Gregor kind of is kind of wobbling a little bit, and he's like, "What do you guys want?"
Friends, tell me, what are you getting paid right now?
I don't really feel comfortable discussing my current wages with you.
We are your new employers. We actually stand to improve our working relationship quite a bit. This is a good conversation to have early on, just to establish things.
I understand that you're doing that just kind of to see how little you can pay us, but I'd rather hear what you have to offer.
Well, as we mentioned before, we have excellent vacation packages. And stew that's getting better by the day. And in the future, we will be offering sandwiches, on-the-job training, and a future of work that will not require people to come in and kill you in the middle of a dungeon.
I think we can still work out some killing, though. I think we could still work out some violence.
Oh yeah, sure. We're gonna need guards. There's gonna be a ton of people coming after Cragmont Castle, and we're gonna need backup.
Well, and one of them speaks up and goes, "Well, what about the rest of this place?"
Well, it would be fantastic if you would want to come with us, or give us some information to help us in our mission. We are, we're trying to get everybody out of here. Really.
You see, Gregor kind of leans up against a wall and kind of slumps down. He goes, "Well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to kind of do much here, but those two should be able to." So one of the two standing goes, "Well, I mean, you got the leaders, you got the higher ups are around here. I'm not sure where everyone is, but they're trying to figure out some of the stuff around here. We were just here to take care of the undead and maybe adventurers such as yourselves. So I mean, we're we can be some brute force if you need it."
Well, our offer, of course, extends to any of your other compatriots that would like to take it. But I think we are going to need your help, yes.
Well, I know, I know there's two others around here, but they weren't part of the Cragmaw tribe. They were brought from outside, so don't think they're gonna be too amenable, but you guys convinced us, so who knows. So yeah, so you guys have two bugbears now who have agreed to
Excuse me, gentlemen,
you.
What are your names?
We're well, I'm Dirt.
You shouldn't say that about yourself. You seem very fantastic.
No, that's my name.
Oh. Wow, okay, sorry. I apologize. Perhaps something switched up in the translation. I'm sure it's very fantastic in Goblin.
Yeah, it was Dirt, and this is Torgar.
Oh, he got a much better name.
He found it on a belt of someone. He liked the name better than his old name.
Oh yeah.
What was his old name? Rasp?
Stump.
Ah.
So you guys need us to go smash in some heads?
Hell yeah.
Well, before we do that, though, do you think there's any way that we could conceivably draw away the foot soldiers from the leaders so that we might have a little easier time with them? And maybe we could talk to those foot soldiers later so that we don't have to have any unnecessary violence.
Well, the bugbears we have, I mean, the rest of us, they're not going to be with the leaders. The leaders are in there. They typically keep it to themselves. I just know that they're looking for some treasure in one of the caverns.
As are we all.
Ha. So, I mean, there's still plenty of undead and unnatural things about here. Mm-hmm. Depends on where you guys have been.
Nothing beyond your capabilities, I'm certain.
I feel confident in my abilities to take whatever comes at us.
We did find a big cavernous room with what looked like maybe some zombies or undead in it.
Oh, you mean the one where the cool battle took place?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some, we've had problems with ghouls in that area.
Ghoul problems.
I have a feeling we'll need to be going through that room at some point, just to
Whatever
make
you
sure.
whatever you guys need, just lead the way, and we'll do what we can to protect you.
Do you have any
New employer.
further ideas what could be going on in that room? Anything we need to know about other than the ghouls? Just
In which room? There's all sorts of rooms
no,
around here.
the one that I just mentioned.
It's a bunch of bones and some dead things.
Yeah, but how many dead things do you think?
I don't know.
It's off the cuff.
We've been picking them off one by one. There could
Here's
be
a
two.
related question for you guys.
Yeah.
As long as we're talking about numbers, in the cavern down the hall to the north, you know where the stream comes through?
Yeah, the one where they're looking for treasure.
Yeah. How many folks have you got working there?
Well,
Looking for treasure?
there's only two other ones of us, and then, probably one of the lackeys for the leaders, probably, dictating them. I don't know.
I was thinking that with our newfound assistants, the two that they've got digging in that northern room would probably defer pretty quickly to your authority. I know that the name King Groll isn't going to carry any clout with them, the fact that we've deposed him, but I think that they might see the light of rationality and concede to our vastly superior numbers.
I agree. Do you two, Dirt and Torgar, do you guys have bows and arrows or crossbows?
We got some javelins.
Perfect. Okay, guys, I have an idea. Everybody seemed like they were down in a chasm. What if we go there, stand on the edge of the chasm? I'll surprise them by chucking King Groll's head down there, just to really throw him off, and then we'll just shoot some arrows down there. York can mock them viciously from a distance, and
Yes.
Jal, Curtis, and Beck can all shoot arrows. I believe Laura has a bow and arrow, but she can also just bite them. That would be pretty
There's also
awesome
magic
too.
missiles.
There's also magic
Indeed.
missiles if we need it.
Well, we can. We're game to smashing heads, and we know this place. We can definitely guide the way. So we can take care of anything that might sneak up on us, and then I'm assuming you guys are here to get the leaders.
Yeah. What you keep saying, leaders? What do you mean?
There's leaders.
Yeah,
There's
but what kind of people
well,
are they?
There's one obnoxious guy that we like to call him Glassjaw, and there's
Excellent.
there's another companion with him, female elf, and there's some other drow or something. He doesn't come out too much, but there's one other guy too, but we don't see him too much. Oh yeah, then I got the prisoner too.
What's
you know.
the prisoner? Is it a dwarf?
I think so, maybe.
Huh, interesting.
I haven't seen him. I just heard about it. We're gonna get going. Are we gonna smash some heads in?
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
Try stabbing some heads in first, and
Hey.
then we'll smash.
Yeah,
Sounds
run them
good.
through.
Whatever for you, King Beck.
One note though,
Like it.
Glassjaw, we are gonna try to take him alive.
Okay. We'll do what we can.
Yeah,
No promises.
That's
I
fine.
smile.
Uh,
Just do your best.
yeah.
Okay. So,
If it comes down to it, I have these manacles I can give you, Torgar and Dirt. If necessary, we might force those onto them. I think you might beat them in a strength contest.
yeah. By the way, real quick, aren't those manacles fake?
They're false manacles. They actually act exactly like high quality manacles, unless you know the trick of it. And if
Okay.
you know the trick of it, then you can pop them right off. So basically, they don't work on me, but they work like good manacles on everybody else.
That's cool. I just
Nice.
wanted to make sure.
That's cool.
So, yeah, let's do this.
All right.
All hail King Beck.
Like your spirit.
Rah. So you guys start making your way out the door, and that is where we're gonna end this session.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Woo! Cool.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Awful Good. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Awful Good Crew, and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever you get your good podcast. You can also watch our show on YouTube. Find out more information on our website, awfulgoodcrew.com. Please, if you're so inclined and you're enjoying this, please leave a review on iTunes. We may read it on stream. Woo! And also check out our Discord where you can discuss things with the DM or just, chat or whatever you want to do. You can find me, Lynn Andrews, at AdorkableDM on Twitter and Instagram. Mary, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the Mary Russell.
Brian, where can we find you?
You can find me at The Underfold at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and also my website, theunderfold.com, where you'll find webcomics about work, family, and awkward moments.
And Dungeons and Dragons.
G&D, because this is my life now.
Dave, where can we find you?
You can find me on the channel Nerds of the Hawk on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter.
You can find me at chocolatebook.net, where every weekday I eat chocolate, read the Bible, and blog about it. And you can also find me at christianrebellion.planxmedia.com, where every week I podcast with Ash Green of Plan X Media about Christianity and culture.
And last but not least, Mr. Rob, where can we find you?
You are walking in the woods. There's no one around, and your phone is dead. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot me. Rob. I'm following you, about 30 feet back. I get down on all fours and break into a sprint. I'm gaining on you, Rob. You're looking for your car, but you're all turned around. I'm almost upon you now, and you can see there's blood on my face. There, my God, there's blood everywhere. And that's as much as I'm going to do with that. You can edit out as much of that as you want, Brian. Sorry.
That's fantastic. I'm going to leave it all.
That was amazing. Thank you so much for joining us again. Make sure to play games. Play them a lot. Seek them out. Talk about them. Don't do anything else with your life. It's like, I can't even do anything following that. Have a great one, guys. And gals and everyone.
Roll D20s for life.
I can't do anything.
Yeah, if you cut me in half after I'd been insulted, both halves of me would have disadvantage on their attacks.
Cough, disadvantage, cough, cough.
And
Cough, disadvantage, cough, cough, cough.
that's a 17 again.
What?
No me gusta.
No bueno.
Yeah, sorry, speaking of admitting that you need help in a moment, my arm was losing feeling, and
no.
So
for the listeners at home,
back.
Brian is now dressed like a Ninja Turtle.
Yep. It's true.
Oh, you mean legit? Your real your Brian?
Yeah, no,
arm.
my real Brian arm was falling asleep. The whole thing. So, but would I know what it? Would I know to give it to somebody, or would it be like, cool stick?
It looks like a wand.
Shoot missiles out on accident. Like, oh god!
Plus, it says Acme Wand of Magic Missile on the side.
Oh, look at that! I didn't notice it. It's right here on the bottom.
Missiles. You can. I love how I just changed my pronunciation of that. Missile.
Show us where the missile is.
Is it a little maggoty now?
It's gonna get to the point where I'm gonna have to have you guys start rolling Constitution checks whenever he pulls it out.
I mean, that means it's
That's what
really
she said,
effective.
but anyway.
Oh no.
We've infected her! Oh no!
I think
DM, you sounded very happy about that.
Roll20 really likes Rob.
Only for charisma.
Every time he does something for charisma, Roll20's like, I got you, man. I got you.
He's
Don't you
actually
worry.
already modified the website.
Stacking debuffs.
I'll give you guys a minute. I like to point out, like, at this phase, I'm not even, like, surprised at things happening. You can roll medicine to kind of, like, maybe stop his bleeding.
Yeah.
I mean, Laura did take a huge chunk out of his arm.
I rolled a 1.
No.
I hurt him. He's dead now.